this course, you will be learning SQL using Microsoft SQL Server. I will show you how to install SQL Server on both Mac as well as Windows. First, I will start with installing SQL Server on Mac. Then, I will show you how to install SQL Server on Windows. First, you need to get Docker for Mac. Just go to google.com and type in Docker for Mac. You can see the official docker.com website. You have the Docker desktop for Mac. Click the download button. Okay, and here you have the Docker desktop for Mac, and you are asked to log in to download. So if you don't have an account, create a free account with Docker. So just free. You can create it by providing a Docker ID, a password, and an email ID, and you can create your free account. I already have a Docker account, so I'm just logging in using the Docker ID and password. Okay, after signing in, I can see the Docker desktop for Mac, and just click the Get Docker, and the download started. So you can see the file getting downloaded. You can see the file downloaded in the downloads folder. Just click on the file. You can see it's asking to drag and drop. Just drag and drop into the applications folder. Just wait for it to get copied to the applications. You can verify that. You can see, yeah, you have the Docker. So once you verify this, you can just close the other windows. So now back to the applications. Click on the Docker file. Okay, it will ask you, are you sure to open it? Just click open. It will ask for your password. So just click OK and provide your password. Okay. Okay. And now you can see the Docker symbol at the top, and you can see Docker is starting. So after a while it will be running, and you can either provide a Docker ID, password and login, or you can just leave it. It's not required. So let's wait for it to start from start to running. Now you can see the Docker is now up and running, and you can either provide the Docker ID and password, or you can just leave it. Now we can close this one. I'll show you a tool called Kitematic. This Kitematic is a graphical interface using which you will be managing your containers. So there is no need for using the terminal. So to get this Kitematic, just click the here. You can see the file getting downloaded here. It will take a few seconds for the download to get completed. Now you can see the file, it got downloaded. You can just close this one. Drop this file into the applications. Go to the applications. And yeah, you can see the file here. Click on that. And it's asking, are you sure you want to open it? Just click open. You can either provide a username, password, or you can just skip it for now. Okay, now you can see a lot of images here. We are looking for MS SQL Server, so just type MS SQL, and after typing MS SQL, you can see there are different images starting with MS SQL. You can see MS SQL Server, another image, another one with MS SQL, another one with MS SQL. But you want the one from Microsoft, which has more downloads. Just click the create, and you can see the image getting downloaded. You can see the image for MS SQL Server got downloaded. Now we have to increase the memory, so just go to the preferences, click the advanced tab on the top, and increase the memory to 4 GB. Click restart, and now you can see the Docker desktop is stopped. Now it will be restarted again. You can see it getting started. It will take a few seconds for the Docker to start running. You can see the Docker is running now. You can close this window. Now back to the settings part. Click on the MS SQL Server, go to the settings, and you can give a name for the container. It can be any name, whatever name you want. So just edit the name field. I'm just giving it as MS SQL Server. So and just click save. And next, we have to enter two environment variables. This is the first key, and the value for the key needs to be y, and the second key is going to be SA_password. You can't change this key. This has to be SA_password, but you can change the value. So the password value can be anything. I'm just giving Sam SQL at 123, but you can give any value you want for the password. Click save. Then you have to go to another setting, that's host. Just come to the port numbers. You can see the port number 1433 for Docker port. You have to just change it to the publish port as 1433. Save it. Next, you need to connect to the SQL server, and to connect to the SQL server, you need a tool called Azure Data Studio. Just go to Google and type Azure Data Studio. You can see the official link from Microsoft, using which you can download the Azure Data Studio. Just scroll down And you can see for Mac OS you have the download file. Just click on that. You can see the Azure Data Studio got downloaded. Just copy that to the applications folder. Go to the applications and click on that. It will ask you, are you sure you want to open it? Click open. Let's now connect to the server by providing the credentials. For the preview features, yes, we need to enable the preview features. So what you have to do is just click yes, and yeah, you can just close this one. This is not required. And now we need to know the server name. So to get the server name, come to the host name, and here you can see the server name. This is the local host, and that's going to be the server name. So type in local host, and the authentication type is SQL login. Username, just come to general. You can see the SA. That's going to be the username. Type SA, and for password, just provide the value that you supplied. In my case, it's going to be Sam. Yeah, it's Sam SQL at 123. Just click connect. Now you can see the 4 system databases that come with the SQL Server. Now just click. Okay, now we are going to write a basic query to get the version of the SQL Server. Select the statement. Click run. And now you can see the version of the SQL Server. You can see it's SQL Server 2017. And you can see like just 4 databases. We need a sample database to work on, which we'll see how to download and install it. Next, need to download the sample database from Microsoft website. Just go to Google and type the sample database name. It's going to be AdventureWorks database. And you can see the official Microsoft website with the sample database. Just click on that. Just scroll down and look for the AdventureWorks 2017 because we have SQL Server 2017 installed. So click on that. See, you have the SQL Server 2017. Just go to the downloads and you can see the AdventureWorks backup file. You can see the backup file got downloaded. Next, open a terminal window. Using this terminal window, you will be copying this backup file to the Docker file system. Get into the downloads folder. You can see the backup file that we downloaded now. We are going to copy this file to the Docker file system. Using this command, first we will be creating a directory called backup inside the Docker file system, and in the next step we will be copying this backup file to the newly created backup directory. Execute it. Provide your Mac password. This MS SQL Server is the name of the container. You can have a look at it. If you go to the general settings, is the name which we provided earlier. So we are giving the container name here, and we are creating a directory under this path in the Docker file system, and the directory name is backup, where we will be moving this backup file. So using this command, we are going to copy the backup file to the newly created backup folder. So copy the backup file name. Make sure you are within the downloads folder. If you are not in the downloads folder, execute this command to get into the downloads folder. You can see the MS SQL Server container name which we provided earlier. So this container name, and using the copy command, we are copying the backup file to the backup folder in the Docker container. Next, we will restore the sample database to the SQL Server using the Azure Data Studio. Go to the localhost, click Restore, and restore from backup file, because we got the backup file AdventureWorks 2017, so it's a backup file. So choose this option, backup file. Next, choose the file path. So this lists the file path in the Docker container. So we created the backup folder under this file path in the Docker container. So just look for the path. It's under where. You can scroll down, MS SQL backup, and you can see the backup file which we copied. Just select that file and click OK. You can leave the name as default. You can leave it as default name and click Restore. You can see the database got successfully restored on the local host, that is your SQL server. Just go to the servers, and under databases you can see the new sample database, it got restored. Let's query this database. Let's see how many tables are there within this database using this simple query. Select this query, hit run. So these many tables are there. 71 tables are there in this database, and using these tables we can see our demo. To install SQL Server on Windows, first you need to get the SQL Server 2017 Express Edition. So just go to google.com and type in SQL Server 2017 Express Edition download. You can see the SQL Server 2017 Express Edition in the official Microsoft.com. Click the download now. Click save. You can see the file getting downloaded. The file got downloaded now. So just go to the downloads folder. You can see the file there in the downloads folder. Double click the file. You have three options. Choose the basic one. Then go through the license terms. Click accept. You can see the SQL Server 2017 Express Edition. Review the installation location, the minimum free space required. Make sure you have that space. And this is the download size. Click install. You can see the Express Edition package is getting downloaded. So it will take a few minutes. The installation getting started, and it will take 10 to 20 minutes for the installation to get complete. After 20 minutes, the installation got successfully completed. Now you need to copy this connection string. Click on the icon. Open a notepad and copy this connection string there, because using this connection string you will be connecting to the server later. So you can see the server information, the local host, SQL Express. This is going to be the server name using which you will be connecting later to the server. So just save this notepad for later use. And right now we can close the installation wizard. We are done right now installing the server. Yes, you can exit. To connect to the SQL Server which we install now, we need a tool called Azure Data Studio. So just go to google.com and type in Azure Data Studio, and you can see the download link from the official Microsoft.com website. Click on that and you can see the download page for the Azure Data Studio. Go to the Windows section and you can see the user installer recommended file. Just click that. Click save. You can see the installation file getting downloaded. The download is complete now. Just go to the downloads folder. You can see the installation file. Double click on the file. Click the accept the agreement. Let me close the browser. Next. Make sure you have the correct local path where this file will be saved, and just leave it default. Click next. And you can verify the settings, the location and the startup menu folder name, and you can click install. So once you click finish, this Data Studio will be open now. Click Finish. So you can see the Azure Data Studio getting started. The preview features are required for extensions to be fully supported. Yes, we need to enable the preview features. Just click Yes. You can close this one. To get the server name, go to the notepad and copy the server name. Paste the server name. And authentication type, leave it as Windows. And other fields, just leave it as default. Click Connect. And now you got connected to the SQL server. And you can verify this connection by writing a simple query. Click the New Query. Using this query, you can find the version of the SQL server to which you got connected now. Select the query. Hit Run. You can see the version as SQL Server 2017. And it comes with 4 system databases, which you can look at the top. But you need a sample database to practice. So to get the sample database, go to Google and type AdventureWorks sample database. And this is the sample database provided by Microsoft. You can find the link for AdventureWorks sample database from Microsoft.com. Click on that link. It will direct you to the download page. Scroll down and click the AdventureWorks 2017 backup file. You need AdventureWorks 2017 because you installed SQL Server 2017. Click Save. So it got downloaded. Go to the Downloads folder. You can see the file here. Next, you need to restore this backup file to SQL Server. So just go back to the Data Studio. And you can find the Restore option here. But before that, let me first copy this downloaded backup file to my local drive. So in my C drive, I'm just creating a backup folder where I'm going to copy this downloaded backup file. I'm just copying it to this newly created backup folder in my local drive. Now back to the Azure Data Studio. Click Restore and choose the backup file as option and choose the file path, backup, the C drive, backup folder which I created. I have this backup file. Click OK and leave the names as default. Click Restore. You can see the database getting restored. It will take a few seconds and you can see the database successfully restored on the SQL server. And we can verify this now by going to this window. If you don't see this window, just click the button here and you will be seeing this window again. Go to the databases and you can see the sample database got restored. Let's write a query again this database. Click New Query and we'll try to find the number of tables in this database. So let's write a basic query. Select the query, hit Run. And you can see the tables inside this sample database. So these tables already has pre-populated data using which you can practice. It has 71 tables. So using these 71 tables, we can see our demos.